now we are going to go into why William Byron will win the 2019 championship. William Byron, second full year in the Cup Series. I don't know why I said second time, but he's behind in points. He's only got a 2-point cushion right now to make it to the next round, but with playoff points, he's behind. So like everyone else, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of his best opportunities to win, and we're going to talk about some of his history. So let's just get into the history part. Last year, obviously, he didn't have the greatest rookie year, but he finished 23rd in points. Like, that's not great. But for a rookie, I mean, I don't know. But this year, he has had vast improvement. He has a 7-time champion crew chief in Chad Knaus. He's won 4 poles on the year. He's led 187 laps, which is more than 3 times the amount of laps he led last year. And he's currently 12th in the standings. The worst he can do is 16th. So much better than his first year, much better average start, much better average finish. He's having a really solid year. He's gotten his first career top 5s this year. He's got 3 of them. He's got 10 top 10s, which is more than double what he had last year. So he is improving at a very good rate. Good job, William Byron. You're having a career year in your second year, but that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to do better your second year. So good for William Byron that he's doing better this year. He does have an experienced crew chief, which I think helps a lot, and that's why I think he could, if he could get out of this round, I think he could end up being a Ryan Newman kind of situation from 2014. I think he could run good enough, get some calls and get some things that go his way, and I think he could be a Ryan Newman kind of situation. Why? He's won in this format before. He won in the Xfinity Series in 2017. He won the Xfinity Series title. Pretty sure it was with this format. I'm 99.9% sure. Please, someone confirm in the comments. But he won an Xfinity Series championship. And then also his crew chief, Chad Knaus, won in this format in 2016 with the Jimmy Johnson. So Hendrick equipment, Hendrick crew chief with a guy who is somewhat new to Hendrick. He's getting used to the equipment, and an Xfinity Series champion who did drive a Chevy 2 championship that year. So I think he could make that run. He's been running better. He's gotten some top 10s. He's been getting some stage points. He's been getting some high qualifying positions. He's been running up front more than he used to. So I think he's improving at a very good rate, and that could be actually a very good for him and his team going down the road. Just thinking about it, getting through this round, obviously you got to outperform the guys at the Roval. I think the way he's been racking up stage points recently, I think he should be fine. He should be able to advance, but he does have his teammate behind him in the points, Alex Bowman, and then also some other guys, Kurt Busch. Eric Jones has to win to advance. So he also, if Eric Jones were to win, he would have to jump in front of someone to advance. So obviously, I think he's going to make it. Obviously, he was in a crash last year in that turn 1. Holy crap, they blew it. The Tom's Heartburn turn. So I think he's got a good opportunity to advance. And if he does, that round of 12, Dover this year, I think he got top 10. Talladega's Talladega. And then Kansas, I think he didn't do too hot. I might have that in Dover flipped. But on some of the 1.5 miles this year, he has run pretty well. Charlotte, the Coca-Cola 600, he got a top 10, led some laps. Texas, he did pretty well, finished 6th in that race. Opening playoff race, he got a top 10, so he's shown some speed at 1.5 miles, which is good. They got to run well there at Kansas and Dover. Obviously, Talladega is the wild card, but they can survive that. I think if they can get a top 10 out of that with some other playoff drivers having issues, and then just have some solid runs at Dover and Kansas, racking up playoff points stage points, that could be big for them. Obviously, when we get them into the next round. And then you go into the next round at Martinsville, Texas, Phoenix. Phoenix, he didn't do too well this year, same for Martinsville, but Texas, I think round of 12, it's still going to be somewhat close with points that you can make that up in one race. So he only has 1 playoff point right now. I think he could get in on points through the round of 12. Obviously, a win is wanted. His best opportunity, I would say, is Dover or Talladega, even Kansas. I think he could potentially win any one of those, but it's going to need some help. As for the round of 8, it's going to be a must-win, I think, just because he's going to be so far behind if he only has 1 playoff point, if he can't get any more. Because listen to the guys that are likely going to be ahead of him. Truex has 40+. Kyle Busch has 40+. Denny Hamlin has 30+. Harvick, Logano, and Keselowski are right at that 30 line. So that's 6. If he makes it to the round of 8, he's going to be 8th, because 7th will likely be a Chase Elliott, a Kurt Busch, if Kurt Busch advances, Kyle Larson, someone like that already has some playoff points, but not a lot. So basically, he's going to have 40 points to make up if he wants to point his way in, and that's going to be difficult to make up. So I think that round of 8 is going to be a must-win. Now, let's say he is able to Ryan Newman and point his way in. I think it's going to take away. I really do. And I think his best opportunity is going to be Texas. Texas, he had a really good run there in the spring, qualified outside pole, and then finished in the top 10, led some laps there. So I think he's got the best opportunity at Texas. Ironically, it'd be very ironic if his first career win was at Texas, because Jeff Gordon, former driver of the number 24, terrible at Texas for some reason. It was like one of his worst tracks statistically, only had 1 win there. So I think that'd be quite ironic if William Byron did win at Texas in the 24 car. So if he wins there, obviously you go to Homestead. I don't think they have the speed to keep up with Truex, Hamlin, Kyle Busch. I've been over this with Bowman, Larson. Well, Larson, I said he's got a chance because he's been good there, but Jones, Bowman, Blaney, they just don't have the speed to keep up with those Joe Gibbs guys, or even Harvick, Logano, Keselowski. That's going to be difficult. So with Byron there, I think it's going to take some strategy calls, and that's the thing that I like for him. They got Chad Knaus on top of the pit box there, and that is a big deal. 7-time champion Chad Knaus. Whew, they better beware. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if Chad Knaus is in that championship race, that's a little scary. Like, William Byron can drive, man, but if he gets up front, like if Chad Knaus can get him up front, I think William Byron could hold his own, and man, that would be fun. But as I said, like Jones, Larson, Byron, or Blaney, Bowman, it's a low chance that they win the championship, but it would be a fun run to watch, and it would also expose the flaws of the system, this playoff system. But it'd be fun to see the 24 car get back to victory lane. I really hope it happens. Man, I want that to happen. I'm a huge Jeff Gordon fan, and I would love to see the 24. I hope it's the Exalta car that gets the first one, because that's a Jeff Gordon-based paint scheme. So I hope that happens. Obviously, if the 24 goes back to victory lane, I'll be happy regardless, but that'd be cool just to see that. But yeah, if William Byron makes the championship 4, that'd be crazy. Thank you for watching. If you like this series, go watch all of them. Leave them some likes. Leave this video some likes. And obviously, if you want more NASCAR news, more sports news, more stuff like this, subscribe.